Day 3, or workout number 3, in our final phase of our 2014 off-season strength training program, which is really our 2014 preseason strength training program, is designed at building softball-specific endurance. More realistically, it's designed at building specific lower body and total body stamina to endure the substantial increase in softball-related activities come late off-season, early preseason. Softball itself is kind of defined as a speed and power sport in which athletes have to demonstrate, explosive, short duration bouts of maximum effort and speed, followed by substantial rest, different from something like soccer or lacrosse. So we can all get on the same page and admit that the energy system's demand of softball is very different from other sports. Okay? However, that doesn't mean conditioning doesn't play a role. Conditioning plays a very important role for overall fitness, recovery ability, and tolerance to just exercise and sport-related stress. But what happens in any team sport is at the beginning of a season, athletes get really thrown into a battery or a substantial increase in softball-specific and general exercise-related activities. So coaches not only are increasing the amount of practices and team obligations, but they're also having their athletes do a lot more running or fitness to try to build up their legs, build up their overall stamina. You take a deconditioned athlete and you throw them into a traditional preseason style training camp regimen, you end up running athletes down pretty quickly. You don't end up getting your best athletes come skill and technique work than if your athletes are actually prepared or trained to train for that preseason. So 2 out of the 3 days, long story short here, 2 out of the 3 days of this final phase are built at increasing speed and strength. But what we're going to add during this final phase is a body weight, general and lower body focused endurance phase that's going to build up your lower body tolerance or lower body stamina to endure the increase in softball related activities. All the new fielding drills, running that your coach is going to have you do, batting more often during the week. You actually have to train to get the most out of your skill training. The last thing you want to do, athletes, the last thing you want to have, coaches, are tired athletes during very softball-specific related activities. Have your pitchers go out for a 5-mile run. Have your pitchers do 100 step-ups or 100 lunges before their pitching lesson. How are they going to perform? Pretty awfully, right? That principle doesn't exhibit itself acutely, right? That doesn't just hold true on a session-to-session basis. No coach in their right mind would have their athletes really do that if they're looking to maximize effort in their skill training that day. Okay? But the fatigue resonates from day to day and week to week. Fatigue accumulates. And so if your athletes aren't conditioned to actually train in a softball-specific manner, you're going to get tired athletes come week 2 or by the end of week 1 or week 3 of preseason. They're not going to get the most out of their skill training. That's why we're implementing endurance training late in the off-season to prepare them for softball preseason. Whoa. Okay, long answer to probably a short question. We got 4 exercises today. 2 lower body, 2 core stability exercises, which I know everybody likes. Okay. First exercise, split squat jump. We're going to do 10 reps total, and focus has to be on technical quality. Okay, we're going to get in a lunge stance. When I start at the bottom, my knee's going to be right underneath my shoulders. I'm going to jump and switch my feet. Tap my knee down, jump, switch, jump, up to 10. Split 10 total. That's really 5 each leg. Because it's a plyometric activity, we're still going to keep volume down because of the impact on the lower body. Next exercise is a front plank floor crush. I add the floor crush in there just as a reminder to remind athletes of one very important cue during this exercise. When I'm in a front plank position, I want to take your hands, right, and crush the ground. Be continuously pushing down into the ground. I have my towel from my activation warm-up that I did before this workout, as we've been doing every day during this last phase. I'm going to get in a front plank position. You make a fist. This makes it a little bit easier. Okay, I want to push down and crush that towel. Body in a straight line, crush the ground, and hold. Right? Do not just hold your hands off the ground and support yourself on your elbows. Crush the ground and hold. Next exercise is simple step up. One important technical cue here is to keep your chest, keep the majority of your torso over the box. Another important cue is to descend or come down slowly. Do not do these rapidly. Okay? Maintain good technique. Keep your body shifted over the box. Step up, step down under control. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Honestly, I'm going to give a very general exercise or repetition prescription underneath these videos. Okay, 15 to 25 reps per leg should be substantial. Stay at the lower end of that. If you feel yourself getting fatigued or form is breaking down, you can increase that if they're fairly easy. As far as box height, okay, my top leg should be just about parallel to the ground, no higher. And that's while maintaining my chest or torso shifted over the box. Okay, step up. Last exercise, simple side plank. So we go split squat jump, front plank, high repetition step up to a side plank. Body has to be in a straight line. Arm has to be under the body enough, under the shoulder, not out away from me. Not going to be a great position, friendly position for the shoulder. Going to organize my body in a straight line, bridge my hips up. Hopefully I'm in a straight line here. Hips are pushed forward, so I'm pushing my hips toward the camera here, toward you. Reach up toward the ceiling, body in a straight line, okay, and hold this position. 20 to 30 seconds each side. Split squat jump, front plank. Step up each leg, and side plank each side. Again, I'm going to write down the prescription, the schedule for your daily training sessions for the remainder of the 4 to 6 weeks that you may have leading up to the beginning of March. Again, when high school teams begin to come together for tryouts and organized team practices. I'm speaking specifically here in the Northeast. That may apply elsewhere. And regardless, I'm sure that across the country, more teams are picking up their softball-specific obligations and responsibilities. And this, I think, has been a great schedule to get your athletes exceptionally prepared for the upcoming season.